Alright guys, we're back here over at Integrity RV in Mesa, Arizona. We're going to take a break from repairing Winnebago roofs and complaining about Winnebago to looking at the roof on a Thor Freedom Elite Class C motorhome. So I haven't been on the roof yet. I'm expecting a membrane roof of some sort. Now, like most inspections, when we do it on the roof, I like to make sure the slide outs are extended. That way I can take a look at the toppers and fabrics themselves. And then I also like to use the ladder if it has a ladder. So I'm expecting a membrane roof of some sort, and I'm not disappointed. This is a membrane roof. Now there's no texture on it, but it's obviously not rubber roof because I can feel that it's not rubber. I think, if I remember correctly, this is a thick TPO. It's felt or fleece back TPO. If it had a stucco texture to it, it would likely just be a alpha TPO. Now TPO is just a membrane, instead of being rubber based, like an EPDM rubber roof, it's a plastic roof. So it doesn't stretch as much, it doesn't stretch at all because this is going to be felt back or fleece back, but it glues down just like a rubber roof. Alright, so I already climbed up the ladder, that looked fine. This is just going to be a die-core type self-leveling lap sealant. I do like to walk the molding on the front and rear caps, because I want to make sure that the screw heads aren't poking up as I walk on it, because that would indicate the molding was loose. And since it wasn't doing that, we're good. I mean, there's a tiny little bit of a crack. We can do a little touch up right there, but that was likely just an air bubble that popped. I also like to feel the corners of all the molding right there, because we want to keep water from getting right there. So I like to use the die-core itself as a permanent, like, diverter dam. On the molding here, it's going to be a non-sagging roof sealant that holds the edge of the roof down. And the roof, you can kind of see some puddling water right here. So they didn't glue it down fabulously well at the edges. There's a little bit of twisting to it. We'll probably see more down the road, or at the front of the RV. That's a spoiler. Slide out topper, fabric's in good shape. I don't see any tearing on it. Same with over here, but this is a little bit alarming. So this is the insert that holds the fabric into the tube, so that's come out. So that should probably be reinstalled so the fabric doesn't fall off and it doesn't get wrapped up and entangled as it's going in and out. Of course, as I'm walking the roof, I'm always looking for any tears or anything obvious as far as damage goes. I also like to walk feeling just for any soft spots. They're usually going to be around ACs or vents or skylights. This is just a standard 14 by 14 vent. I don't see any signs of water leaking, so we're good there. And the lid's not even brittle. Come over to this side, we'll do the same thing again. I would still like to add die-core sealant to fill the corner. Yeah, this side's a little loose too, but it's still protecting and keeping it weatherproof. Sewer vent looks good. Don't see any problems with that or any issues there. This awning fabric looks like the stitching's starting to give out, but I'm sure it's got a year or two left of use in it. If we look over here, this vent, everything looks fine, not brittle. It's just going to be a pre-wire for solar hookup. So I think we look good there. Come over to this side. This refrigerator vent is a black plastic, and it's starting to show its age. You can polish it back up again, but it's on the roof. Who cares? Look over the side. I'm not seeing any issues there, and the fabric looks pretty good. Uh-oh. We'll take a look at that later. This 14 by 14 vent. Again, everything looks fine. So this is all still originally from factory. So this is a 2018 Freedom from Thor, built at the end of 2017, and currently it's February of 2022. Everything I see on here is factory. So the sealant's held up. It's almost, what, 4.5 years old? It's proof that if it's done right, you don't have to keep resealing every season or every time you take it out. You don't have to keep putting more and more of this stuff on. You just need to inspect it. That's the most important thing. That's just my long drawn out way of saying that this sealant is still high quality durable sealant. This sewer vent looks fine. That one's fine. Of course, this skylight has a yellowed, but I'm not seeing it loose anywhere, and I don't see it cracked anywhere. It's a tall skylight. I have one more vent. That's a third 14 by 14 vent we've found so far. I don't see any issues with it either. Okay, we'll walk this edge. I'm not seeing any issue with the sealant here. That's just gonna be a shadow. But yeah, obviously the membrane didn't get glued down very well right here. There's no real reason to be concerned about this being loose. There is a little bit of twisting to RV boxes themselves, and because this is felt back or fleece back, this stuff will not stretch, so it won't balloon up as driving down the road. So there's really not too much to be done about it or worry about it. Obviously you could take all the molding off, lift this thing up and glue it back down again, but that's a lot of work with no real gain and potential of actually causing more problems. Over here, yeah, this fabric doesn't look too bad. Again, I would have liked to see Dicor lapped all the way over here, because even though the factory did what I like to see, is filling this corner with lap sealant that they didn't do in the back, I would have continued the lap seal all the way right here, because we just want to redirect water. We don't want water to puddle where it's going to get under a seam. Take a look right here. Ooh, look, see, that's why we walk on these things. So it didn't look bad, but if I walk on it, you can see the movement in there. So this molding is loose. That should be fixed. But we'll walk the rest of it. It looks pretty good. Same issue over here. So the factory did what I like to do, see right there, but I would have liked to carry the Dicor all the way to this side. If we look at the front cap. Now this front cap is fiberglass, but it's pretty thin fiberglass. Definitely don't walk on this. Check the lights. These are just grommet bullet lights, so I don't see anything wrong with those. So the front cap looks okay. I would have liked to have seen sealant, like a clear sealant, act as a cap seal, so water doesn't get underneath here, it just gets directed down. But the factory didn't think that was important. I did walk past it, another 14 by 14 vent. Looks good. Factory did a good job, except they did miss the flange right there. Okay, didn't do good. The factory almost did good. So there's the metal flange sticking out. They didn't get the lap sealant under there. So this should be touched up. Man, I spoke too early. It's a few places right there. All right, this needs to be cleaned up and sealed. This TV antenna. Let's see. Yeah, there's a void right there. Okay. Maybe the factory didn't good. I'm trying to give Thor love, I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe a little bit of touch up right there. But the roof does feel strong, if that's any consolation. And we'll look on this side. I'm not seeing anything. I don't see any other tears. And the last thing we have to do is check the AC, make sure it's not loose. And it's not loose. Well, there it was. A 2018 Freedom Elite from Thor. Looks like they have a felt back or fleece back TPO roof membrane on here. A couple voids, the molding's loose up front. The awning fabric, the insert needs to be secured. And maybe they didn't glue it down perfectly well. But it's very serviceable and it feels really strong. So overall, I would give this, I don't know, a 7 out of 10. That's why it's important to check these things once a year. Twice a year is even better. Now I have some viewers that like to remind me, maybe check it before you put it into storage each time. That's probably good advice too. But do be careful when you're walking up there. Make sure you don't have any rocks on your shoes. We don't want to cause problems by walking on there. And these roofs are never intended for spectating or furniture, just inspection or maintenance. And yes, we'll take a look inside real fast. I know you want to see. It might be important to note that it does have an outside TV, but an outside deck galley prep area too, with a 110 refrigerator out here. I didn't expect to find that. Neat. All right, so this is a Freedom Elite 29 FV. So likely somewhere around 29 feet, 30 feet. And I couldn't tell you for sure. No power step you have to worry about braking. And of course it does have the dreaded Dexter screen door on it. But everything's actually working. Even the door strut's working. Has one house battery underneath the step right there. And it does have a power awning. There's a Lippert power awning. But there you go, it's all the way out. There you go, that's pretty nice. It even has the LED strip underneath. Those do add a lot of light. Like I said, it does have 2 slide outs on it. It also has an inverter. It's a nice feature to have on an RV now. Rolled vinyl flooring to make it look like plank wood floor. And of course, let's try to get that beautiful reveal. So there's a lot going on in here. Directly to the right is going to be the sofa. Of course, this will turn into a bed. Remove the armrest. And then you just go ahead and jackknife it over like a futon. And this is more of a tweed feeling fabric. It's pretty uncommon. Everything's been vinyl lately. I kind of like it. Let's put that away. The countertops look like they're all just a laminate countertop. Cup holders built in. I do like just pleated shades, and this is just a pleated night shade, so no day shade. Even simpler. But the balances are built pretty well too. All the lighting is already LED lights, so that'll save your battery life. The cabinet doors are solid wood, but the cabinet faces are going to be engineered lumber, which just means it's mostly plywood and a sticker. Look over this way, there's going to be a bunk area. It's a nice, decent bunk area. It flips up, it's got a ladder to it. Perfect bunk use. That means you can get in and out of the driver's area really easily without hitting your head. So you can just walk in and sit down. I did that without even looking. Now, unlike van life, neither one of the drivers or passenger seats does swivel around, but there's just going to be a standard Ford Econoline cab area with a backup camera. Looks like they even incorporated an HDMI input and USB charger for that radio. And I'm sure it is hands-free Bluetooth. Now directly behind the driver's seat is going to be the front driver's side slide out. This is where we're going to find the dinette. Still has a laminate countertop, but this does have the push down easy conversion into a bed. Just move the cushions over. Back into place. Pretty simple. And you can even do it one-handed. Does there storage underneath here? Yeah, it looks like there's storage here and a drawer here. So that's already three. That's already 3 beds. 1, 2, 3 in a Class C motorhome. I didn't point it out. The inverter does power up the TV. So
there is fear.
Doesn't power up the entire RV or the microwave. Just going to be the 110 outlets for the entertainment center. Directly behind the dinette is going to be the galley area. While there's not a lot of countertop space, because of the stovetop cover, it does add additional countertop space. 3-burner propane stovetop, nothing right home about. And then a LP oven down below. Just a standard 110 microwave above, and I do like this feature right there with the pull-up 110 outlets and USB connections. And even though this looks like glass metal backsplash tile, it's just a sticker. It's wallpaper border. Right across from the galley area is going to be the control center for the entire RV with monitor panel and thermostat. We have a hallway here. It's a pretty big door. Get to the bathroom. Again, that's just wallpaper border again. Well, single little sink right here. Pretty decent sized medicine cabinet. Toilet, gravity standard toilet, but it is a porcelain bowl. The shower, it's a decent sized stall shower. Pretty tall, especially because of that skylight we saw up on top. Shower curtain right there. It just rolls away. And okay, we'll do it. Getting in the shower, step up into the shower. Honestly, this is about a foot. It's at least a foot step up here. I mean, that's a pretty big step up. But I can stand in here just fine. I'm not hitting my head on anything. So, not too bad. I am cheating. There's supposed to be a bar right there. As we exit the bathroom, the refrigerator is right here. It's just a standard RV refrigerator. Propane, electric. We'll go into the bedroom area. There's going to be an accordion door right here that'll separate the bedroom from the rest of the RV. It's a privacy curtain for sure. It's a queen size bed on the other slide out. I don't know if there's going to be storage under here. Nope, look at that. This is not a storage compartment. House radio in the bedroom, and it has the outside speakers and the inside speakers on it. Bedroom slide control. closet's a pretty deep closet. And this would have been where the TV mounts. So they didn't even give you a TV on this one, but the TV would be a flat screen that would mount here, which is nice because that means you can have storage underneath the TV too. For what it's worth, I do still like having a rear window on Class C's, because with everything ran in, you still have a view from the driver's seat all the way to the back. Maybe not a great view, but you still have a view. But that was a 2018 Thor Freedom Elite Class C motorhome on a Ford chassis. But with the queen bed back here, that's 4 beds on this Class C motorhome. That's 29-30 feet. So it's a pretty nice layout, especially if you have a little bit larger family or if you're bringing people with you. At any rate, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I need to get back to work and finish up this inspection because I am really running late. Bye. Alright guys, I'll just show you what I'm talking about right here. So I'm just going to, it's just glass cleaner, it's just cleaner. Remember, all I'm doing is trying to fill this void right here that's allowing water to collect. So I'm just going to clean it up so it adheres pretty well, but we're not really sealing anything off. I already cleaned up this side too. I know everybody hates it, but the Dicor lap sealant is all I'm going to be using because that's about what was on here. I can tell because I can tear it with my fingernail. With a silicone or something else, it'd break my it'd be really rubbery. I couldn't tear it with my fingernail. That's the easiest way for me to know. Also, I cleaned it off so I could tell that way too. So I just got it loaded up in the gun. And I'll just go ahead and fill it up. Again, it's really not doing anything other than redirecting the water. So now water can't puddle right here because the Dicor's in the way. I would try not to go too close to the edge because it will go over the edge and look bad. Alright, there we go. That was simple, easy. Again, no signs of water leak whatsoever. We're just going to go ahead and redirect water so it doesn't water leak down the road. And don't worry, I did put lap sealant on the molding there. I secured the loose molding right here and resealed it. Touched up our vent. Touched up the saddle, touched up the antenna, and do the same thing on this side. Thanks for watching, guys. Look at it. Ugh. I do like this feature. And of course the wall panels, an inoffensive, I don't know, tweed looking brown pattern on it, nondescript. Overall, I do like the decor. I can't believe I forgot to show you guys and look up. The main TV is going to be right in the the main TV is located right there. Really nice mirror. And the ceiling is just your standard white Luan. Yep, a backup camera right there.